Good to go. Guys, we have with us our coach, Mr. Gautam Gambhir. As usual, we'll take one question at a time. Yes, sir.
How is
I can hear it, don't worry.
yeah, no, mic has to be there. How is it to see that match-winning innings, especially on a day that was most needed? And how do you describe that from Sanju?
He's a world-class player. We all know that how good a player Sanju is. And it was all about backing him. And then when the team needed him the most, obviously today was a day where he probably showed his true potential as well. And hopefully this is a time for him to kick off. And probably 2 more games to go, hopefully.
Yeah, Gautam, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
A big part of the victory was set up by how your team kept Shea Hope quiet in the power play in the first innings. Less than 100 strike rate. You used your bowlers interestingly as well. Could you just describe the plan you had to Shea Hope and what you thought of the bowlers' execution to ensure that him being West Indies' highest run scorer so far could operate only at 90?
Look, I thought we started off really well, especially when you play this kind of a game of this magnitude. You got to start off really well with the new ball. And Arsh and Hardik, the way they started off in the first 3 overs was really good. And then Aksar bowled 2 overs in the power play, which was again a great job done by him, because it's never easy on this wicket, on this ground, to bowl 2 overs in a power play. But Aksar did that really well. So I thought that we came out of the power play really well. The power play didn't go away from us, which again was very important, because once the power play goes away from you, it's very difficult to contain after the power play. So I thought that once we had the power play in our hand, then obviously we were always in control of the game.
Gautam, congratulations
Thanks,
on the win. Congratulations for reaching the semi-final. But would you say Sanju really showed West Indies how to do the Gangnam style with his footwork today? Talk to us a little bit about the footwork and the way he accelerated the innings. Sometimes he batted with a strike rate of over 200, then he brought it down. How he...
Look, I actually thought that he never accelerated the innings. It was just a very, very normal cricketing shots. I never saw any muscling the ball as well, and that is the kind of talent he has. When you know that you're in control of the game and you know that you're feeling good, he's hitting the ball really well in the nets, and it's about going in the middle and showcasing that skill that you had. And obviously he knew that the wicket was very good, quick outfield as well. But again, I've always said that he's a world-class player, he's a great talent, and hopefully he can kick off from now, and hopefully we can see a lot more innings like this from Sanju. Look, again, the most important thing is that when you're batting well in the nets, obviously you start moving really well. And the last inning was important against Zimbabwe. Yes, people will keep looking at his scores and stuff, but then coming back into the team and then playing that kind of innings of 23-24, I thought must have given him a lot of confidence, because obviously the guy had a tough series against New Zealand, but we always knew the kind of potential he had. And most importantly, I thought that the way he was batting in the nets was absolutely brilliant. So I think we've got 2 guys now, Ishan and Sanju, who are really good for Indian cricket, especially they can keep wickets as well. So I think we've got really good guys, hopefully for the future as well. I can't hear you.
Hello, can you?
Yep.
Taking you from your last answer, like when Sanju was not picked in the 11 in between. So what kind of conversation as a coach you had with him to keep him in the right frame of mind?
Look, I have conversations with everyone, and the most important thing is the guy who are part of this squad are world-class players, and that's where they're representing the country. And we always knew the talent that Sanju had. 3 T20 hundreds, not many people have it. So we always knew that obviously he had a tough series against New Zealand, so sometimes it's important to give him a break as well, because you want to get the guy off that pressure situation as well. And we always knew that whenever we need him in the World Cup game, he'll come and deliver it for us. And exactly against Zimbabwe, yes, he delivered it for us. We got a start that we wanted in the first 3 overs, and today again, from where he left against Zimbabwe, he showcased his talent, and this is what we expect from Sanju to do more consistently. Yeah, that's okay. No.
Yeah, Coach, we have seen you have a lot of conversations like with different players, be it Abhishek, Tilak, Sanju here. When, there are a lot of talks around strike rates and how the players are not getting off the blocks like they were doing in bilaterals, what is your role, to tell them not to overcomplicate things, and what are your messages that you give to the players?
One thing is very clear, that bilaterals are very different to World Cups. The pressure is different. the competition is different. Obviously, the stakes are much higher as well. Bilaterals, you've got the time to make a comeback, but in World Cups, you don't have a time to make a comeback. And more importantly, yes, people can talk about it that they expect us to play the same brand of cricket what we played in the bilaterals as well. But you can imagine the pressure the boys go through, especially most of the games are must-win games as well, and sometimes wickets can be tricky as well. During the bilaterals, there were a lot of dew in the second innings as well, but we didn't see a lot of dew during this World Cup campaign. So I felt that it was not only about the strike rates, it's about reading the game reading the game properly, and obviously reading the situation as well. And that is something that is going to be important, and the guys did that really well. Even today, you saw they're chasing 130, 195. We never felt that we were out of the game. Never ever did we felt in 20 overs that the chase was away from us. So the guys kept in control. Yes, there were times in bilateral where we could chase the target in 16, 17 overs, but this is World Cup and the pressure is different and the quality is different as well.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on order, of course, but I want to know 196 is a target that doesn't get chased very often in the T20 World Cup. In fact, this was India's highest successful chase in this competition. Firstly, what are the sort of conversations you had in the mid-innings? And throughout this competition, we've seen that there's no dearth of belief in the team. So how do you inculcate that in the squad?
Look, the best part is that I've played a lot of games at Eden Gardens. I've seen a lot of games at Eden Gardens as well. And obviously, it's a great chasing ground. And we always knew that it's probably the quickest outfield in the world at the moment. And so chase is never out of control. Till you have wickets in hand, you can chase anything on this ground. We saw that in the IPL as well, where 260, 270 were getting chased as well. So we knew that if we can have wickets in hand, we were always under control. And again, I thought the partnerships are important, irrespective of how the format is, which format we are playing. That partnership between Sanju and Surya obviously settled the nerves as well. So I thought those small partnerships can make a massive role, and someone had to break the game. So Tilak broke the game for us in the middle with that cameo, and then Sanju batted till the end. So I thought that it was a very clinical run chase.
Gautam, India have used Bumrah differently in the tournament, sometimes in the power play, sometimes not in the power play. Today you had 3 overs for him in the second half of the innings. Is that dependent on the surface, the opposition, rhythm? How do you go about planning that?
I think it's more to do with the opposition, that where the firepower lies. Especially we knew that West Indies has got a lot of firepower in the middle with Hetmyer, Rovman and Shafin. And we know that those guys are quality players. Those guys can take the game away from us. So we always knew that we needed someone like Bumrah in the middle to bowl at them. And I thought Hardik did a really good job, because sometimes bowling against these guys on this kind of a wicket, your fifth bowler actually can always be under pressure. Hardik and Aksar, I thought, controlled the game for us, because those 8 overs were very crucial. We knew that Arsh, Bumrah and Varun were always about to bowl their 4 overs. So I thought that for me today, I think the most important thing was how Hardik and how Aksar bowled. Yes, we can keep talking about other 3 bowlers, but that's the reason why we felt that Bumrah was important in the middle. So every time we have a big over, we can go back to Bumrah and try and control the game, because you don't want in a T20 game 2 back-to-back big overs as well. So that can take the game away from you. So for me, I think Bumrah is a banker, and we'll continue to use him in different ways.
Coach, in these high-pressure games, nerves can play a part, irrespective of how experienced a player is. But Sanju never looked like he was, overawed by the occasion. Is that just down to mental strength?
I think it's down to experience as well, and mental strength as well. Come the big games, come the knockout games, come the World Cups, it's all about mental. It's not about skill. You don't change skill in literally 1 week or 2 days or 3 days. It's about how much can you absorb the pressure. And I've always believed in one thing: the guys who absorb the pressure the best will have the best chance to win this competition. So I think today was a great sign that we were able to absorb the pressure. As I said, that 195 on any wicket on any ground is never easy in a crunch game, in a must-win game. So I felt that I think absorbing the pressure was the key.
Gautam, in these big tournaments, they often say that peaking at the right time. After the South Africa defeat, India has had 2 big wins against Zimbabwe and against West Indies, heading into semi-finals and potentially a final. So do you think that with all the pieces falling together nicely, the team is really picking well?
Look, I don't believe in all this peaking at the right time. You got to win every game that you represent your country, as simple as it can get. There is nothing sort of peaking at the right time. It's a short tournament. It's a tournament that comes and goes very quickly. So you got to try and play your A game every time. And it's a format like that where you can't take any opposition for granted. So for me, I think all this peaking at the right time, I don't believe in. We turn up playing for the country. We represent 140 crore Indians. So we want to turn up and win each and every game possible.
Coach, tactically, if you could just talk about how things unfold in the dugout, because even today we saw a lot of messages going around. You had a discussion with Hardik
the over before he got Rutherford out, and he signaled to you after getting that wicket. So clearly he was operating to a plan. And the entry points of batters, because you have 8 batters who can bat in any and every situation. So how do you as a coaching unit in consultation with Surya kind of take those calls on when to introduce a batter or to use your bowling? Because you use Varun differently, Bumrah was used differently. So is it more instinct driven, or do you rely on a lot on data and videos to take those calls?
I don't believe in data, honestly. I've never seen a data. I don't even know what data is all about. I absolutely do not believe in it because I feel it's more about instinct. T20 cricket is about instinct and backing your instinct as well. Whatever knowledge I have about the game and T20 format, I try and probably give it to the captain, try and help him out as much as I can. But ultimately, it's the captain that takes the final call. But data and all, I don't believe, honestly, because it's very overrated. For me, I think we are very fortunate that we've got world-class players. We've got guys who we can use differently because not many teams have that luxury. Imagine someone like a Jasprit or a Arshdeep or even Varun. We can use them at any phase of the game as well, come the 20 overs. And from the batting point of view, we've got power. I think that is something which is very important. When you've got power, you're never away from the chase. You're never away out of the game as well. You've got people like Tilak, who's batted really well in both the innings. He's batted out of his position. He's batted at number 3 initially, but now when we pushed him at number 5, 6, see how he's batted. So you've got that talent. You need to have that talent where you can bat out of positions, and more importantly, positions again are overrated. I feel that it's about going out there and doing the job for the team, and that is what team sport is all about, and that will continue to be our philosophy going forward.